Workouts for beginners who have access to a gym. There's really no right or wrong way of doing this. There's some ways that are more optimal or get results faster than others. It's better to find a routine that works better for you, that you actually enjoy and will complete, than to get the perfect routine and not do it as often or just quit. I'm just gonna pick exercises that I think are really good for you and that I know for a fact it will get you an amazing physique. Let's just talk about the different muscle groups. Push muscles are your chest, your shoulder, and your triceps. When you push, you engage all of those. Then you've got your pull muscles. That's mostly your back when you're pulling and your bicep. Finally, you've got your legs. There are two kinds of leg movements, a squat or press movement, which gets a lot more of your quads, the top part of your leg. Then there's a hinge movement where you're bending, and that gets a lot of your glutes as well as your hamstrings. Now let me tell you some different exercises that hit those groups. Or your push day. The two main chest exercises that I think are goated are incline chest press as well as flat chest press. You can do these with a barbell, you can do those with dumbbells, or you can do them on machines. It doesn't matter. I suggest 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. The reason why we like to have rep ranges is it's easier to progressively overload to get stronger. So for example, you're gonna pick a weight on an incline chest press or incline bench press that you can guarantee to do 8 to 10 times. If you can do it like 12 times, guess what? The weight is too light, find a higher weight. If you can only do it 6 times, lower the weight a bit. When you get to the point that you can do 3 sets of 10 in a row, so let's say it's like 60 kg. You can do 60 kg 10 times, another 10 times, and then another 10 times. Your 3 sets are done. Guess what? You need to go for 65 kg the next time. Increase the weight. That's basically how you progressively overload using rep ranges. For your shoulders, you've got an overhead press. I think just stick to the overhead press. It's the simplest. Also, 3 sets of 8 to 10. Triceps. There's 2 tricep exercises Papa recommends, both using cables. I find the cables are easier and they keep the tension on your muscles all the time. You're going to want to do the cable pull down as well as the overhead cable. Those 2 are the only tricep exercises you need initially as a beginner. 2 sets of 15 for your triceps. They're smaller muscles, you can just blast them. That's your push day out of the way. So for pull, you've got your back and your biceps. Now you kind of have your upper back as well as your lats, the wings that are down here. So to get your upper back, rows are very good. You can either do a bent row, you can do a seated row. Google these things. Check all these things out on YouTube. You'll figure it out very quickly. So for rows, I want once again 3 sets of 8 to 10. For your lats, I want you to do a lat pull down. You can either do a narrow grip or wide grip. You can do it facing towards you or away from you. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're tucking your elbows in and you're really getting those lats activated. So for the pull downs, I also want you to do 3 sets of 8 to 10. For your biceps, there's 2 exercises I'd start you out on. Bicep curls, 2 sets of 15. Hammer curls, 2 sets of 15. Pull day is done. You got a row, you've got a lat pull down, and you got 2 bicep exercises. Legs. Squats are ridiculously amazing and they are so good for you. For beginners, it's a bit tough, so I suggest you eventually learn how to squat, but if you really want to get in there and make some instant gains, you can go with a leg press machine. It's way less technical, it gets the job done, less chance of injury. So I'm going to recommend the leg press machine. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but eventually learn the squat. I like to do a narrow leg press. It puts a lot more on your quads. 3 sets of 12 to 15. Then do a wider, so you put your feet wider on the plate, leg press. Also 3 sets of 12 to 15. Once you can do 15, 15, 15, up the weight again. When you do more wide foot placement, it gets a lot more of your hamstrings and your booty, your glutes. Narrower gets more of the front of your leg, your quads. If you're going really heavy, they'll hit your calf no matter what. So I don't even do calf isolations hardly. And if you're overweight, you probably got some sexy calves anyway because you've been walking around with a lot of weight. That's the only perk of being obese. You get some really nice calves built in the process. Now for your hinge, this is so important. So critical. I love doing Romanian deadlifts because they're way less technical and they can really, really grow your glutes as well as strengthen your hamstrings. So you can do Romanian deadlifts once again, either with a barbell or with dumbbells, it's fine. And then there's something called a hip thrust, which you can do with barbells or dumbbells also. Leg day, I suggest narrow leg press, wide leg press, Romanian deadlift, and or hip thrusts. Optional, if you have messed up knees or injuries like Papa, you can replace the leg press machine with leg extensions where you're pushing out, that gets your quads, or the leg curl machine, doing this on machines where you're isolating your hamstrings. And you should be squeezing your butt or your glutes always on these. All the legs, you've got 12 to 15 reps. Leg day summarized, you've got narrow leg press, wide leg press, Romanian deadlift, hip thrust. If you can't do the leg presses or you don't like them, do the leg extension or the leg curl. All of them 12 to 15 progressively overloading. So those are all the potential. That's your menu of exercises Papa's giving you. People are going to come in and say, oh, there's a better one for this. Or look, I mean, there's 100 ways of doing this successfully. I'm just trying to take the decision fatigue out of the way. I'm trying to make this simple for you because you're a beginner. Let's just get you off to a good start, get you stronger, and then start experimenting, man. You'll see some other bros doing stuff and you'll be like, dang, that looks fun. Papa wants to try that. But take it slowly, okay? Keep it simple, Sally. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. So frequency, it really just depends on how much time you have, what your life is like. Do you like longer sessions, shorter sessions? Most people work out 3, 4, or 5 days a week. If you can only do 3 days a week, I suggest doing a full body routine. Every day is a full body. That means you hit push, pull, and legs all in one session. You're going to have to always take a break in between though. Because you're doing your whole body, you need at least 1 day's less rest between. So a 3 day a week might be like on Monday, you do full body, Tuesday rest, Wednesday full body, Thursday rest, Friday full body, you're done for the week. When you're doing your full body, don't do all the exercises for push, pull, and legs. Just pick maybe 1, max 2 per group. So for example, on a full body day, you might do incline press, 3 sets of 8 to 10. Lat pull down, 3 sets of 8 to 10. Romanian deadlifts, 3 sets of 12 to 15. That could be a full body day. The next full body day, pick different ones from the list so you're hitting different parts of your groups. Instead of an incline chest press, do a flat bench chest press. Instead of doing the lat pull down, do a row. Instead of doing the Romanian deadlift, do a leg press. You see how that works? So that's for 3 days a week. If you're doing 4 days a week, I recommend doing upper body, lower body. So do push and pull muscles 1 day and then kill your legs. Do every single one of those legs, even the optional ones I'd suggest on leg day. Really burn yourself out. The good thing about leg day is you can do them like continuously because you're resting your upper body muscles when you're doing your lower body. So the next day, you can continuously work out upper body 1 day, lower body the next day, upper body 1 day, lower body the next day, so on and so forth. For 5 days a week, I recommend you either do the upper, lower split, or what you can do is do a push, pull, legs, full body, and then you have like 1 bonus day where you can just pick whichever one and rotate it every week. Intensity. When I say 12 to 15 reps, okay, when you get to that last rep of the set, whether it's 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever, you should be able to maybe do 1 more or 2 max. If you can do more than 2, you haven't pushed yourself hard enough. Give those muscles a reason to adapt, to get stronger, to get bigger. A couple of extras that you can add in. Ab workouts and core muscles are really helpful. You can do things like leg or knee raises. You can also do the ab wheel. That's a really good one that hits your abs. Lateral raises for your shoulders, that gets you nice and wide. Those are actually, like, I highly recommend those. Spam the heck out of those because it gives you that nice manly physique, that V taper. Even if you've got a bit of a stomach, it widens your shoulders and gives you those boulder shoulders. Add those on there to your workouts too. In fact, I kind of recommend that you do if you have the time. The compound movements, the big ones I gave you earlier, if you're doing them really hardcore, you're going to hit most of these accessories anyway. If you don't keep getting stronger and adding weight or adding reps every single week, you're not going to grow. There's guys who go to the gym every day for like 10, 15 years and their body never changes because they're just doing the bare minimum. Their muscles don't have that reason to adapt and to go in there to get stronger. You're going to be stronger for your family. It's going to stop aging. It's going to make you feel good about yourself. And oh my God, you're going to look hot. Aggressively overload every time. Final thing I need to bring up is the rest is when the muscles actually grow. Make sure you're sleeping, minimum 6 hours. Try and get up to 8 if you can. Rest properly. Eat enough protein. Have a balanced life, man. I swear to God, you'll make some impact. I hope it helps you. And just remember, Papa loves you all.